Donald Trump took to Truth Social over the weekend in what can only be described as a confused and angry rant about a political issue that actually occurred 2 years ago. However, in typical Trump fashion, he claimed the event had taken place just a few months ago, exposing not only a struggle with basic timelines, but also deeper questions about his mental clarity as he campaigns for another term in the White House. The former president focused his tirade on the extension of the debt ceiling, a move he attributed to former Speaker of the House Kevin McCarthy, who was ousted from his position in the fall of 2022. Trump referred to McCarthy as a good man and a good friend, but bizarrely claimed that this event happened in September of the previous year, which was off by a full year. Trump went on to criticize the debt ceiling deal, calling it one of the dumbest political decisions made in years. According to him, Republicans gained nothing from the agreement and ultimately lost control of the speakership because of it. He also attempted to shift the blame onto President Joe Biden, asserting that it was Biden's problem, not the Republicans. However, Trump contradicted himself almost immediately, admitting that Republicans were indeed responsible for the deal and then suggesting that Democrats should be blamed for the potential fallout. This kind of rhetorical gymnastics underscores a glaring lack of strategic thought. Trump's decision to publicly air what should have been an internal Republican strategy discussion is baffling. Instead of crafting a cohesive narrative to pin the blame on Democrats, he openly acknowledged that Republicans made the decision before pivoting to blame the opposition party. This approach reveals not only poor political acumen, but also a profound misunderstanding of how to control a narrative. Smart political operators don't reveal their hand. They strategize behind closed doors, weigh their options, and carefully execute their plans. Trump, on the other hand, broadcasted his confusion and frustration to the world, leaving both allies and critics scratching their heads. His post essentially confirmed that Republicans were responsible for the debt ceiling deal while simultaneously trying to deflect responsibility onto the Democrats. The incoherence of this message only serves to undermine his credibility further. Let's be clear, Republicans had control of the House when this deal was made. The debt ceiling extension was their decision, and they have to own it. Trump had it right initially when he criticized Republicans for making the deal. But his attempt to switch gears and blame Democrats midway through the rant only added to the chaos. The reality is that this was never Biden's problem. As president, Biden doesn't control the House of Representatives. Republicans were in charge, and they made a decision that Trump now regrets. However, rather than crafting a coherent argument, he fumbled through a jumble of accusations and contradictions, making it impossible to take his claims seriously. What's more troubling is the mental state this incident reveals. For years, Republicans have attacked President Biden over alleged mental lapses, pointing to his occasional verbal missteps as evidence that he's unfit to serve. They even launched investigations to scrutinize Biden's mental fitness. Yet here we have Trump, the presumptive Republican nominee, unable to distinguish between events that occurred in 2022 and those that happened just a few months ago. If Biden forgetting a date is grounds for concern, then Trump's inability to get basic facts straight should warrant an equal level of scrutiny. Republicans have been quick to pounce on Biden's perceived lapses, so where is the outrage over Trump's demonstrably false statements? Shouldn't his mental clarity be questioned, especially considering he's vying for another 4 years in office? The double standard is glaring. When Biden stumbles over dates, it's a national crisis. When Trump does the same, or worse, it's brushed off as inconsequential. But given Trump's history of erratic behavior, this latest episode should raise alarms about his ability to lead effectively. We need to talk about accountability. Trump's rant wasn't just a harmless mistake, it was a reflection of deeper issues. His inability to recall basic timelines and his tendency to contradict himself in the span of a few sentences highlight a troubling pattern. Add to that his penchant for conspiracy theories and unfounded accusations, and the picture becomes even more concerning. As voters, we have to ask ourselves whether we can afford 4 more years of this kind of instability. Trump's latest meltdown isn't just embarrassing, It's a stark reminder of the chaos he brought to the White House and the dysfunction he's likely to bring back if reelected. Republicans need to decide whether they're willing to hold Trump to the same standards they've applied to Biden. If mental fitness is truly a concern, then Trump's cognitive lapses should be front and center in the conversation. Ignoring them would be the height of hypocrisy. Meanwhile, Democrats should use this moment to highlight the contrast between Biden's steady leadership and Trump's erratic behavior. While Republicans scramble to make sense of Trump's contradictory statements, Democrats can focus on delivering results and maintaining stability. Trump's Truth Social rant was more than just another angry outburst. It was a revealing glimpse into the mindset of a man who can't seem to keep his facts straight, let alone formulate a coherent strategy. For all the bluster about Biden's mental state, it's Trump who appears increasingly unfit for office. If Republicans truly care about the future of this country, they need to start asking hard questions about their own candidate. The American people deserve better than another 4 years of confusion, chaos, and incompetence.